this issue, not too many politicians talk about. Seems to be more Democrats talk about the student loan crisis, and they should, since they're the ones that caused the problem, than Republicans talk about it. But it's an issue that has to be discussed. It has to be solved. And frankly, I don't understand why it should cost $150,000 to go to school and get a 4-year degree to get out to make $40,000. And then it's on your credit report, it shows as an installment. So, I mean, you lose purchase power. You know, you're not going to be able to buy a new home because your DTI, which means debt to income, is way out of whack. You're not going to be able to buy a new car because your debt to income is out of whack. So you might end up living with your parents until you're 35 or 40 years old, or get married and live with your in-laws. And I don't think anybody really wants to do that. You know, growing up, we believe that we want to live the American dream, go to college, you know, have the white, you know, the beautiful house, the white picket fence, and Labrador Retriever, and take a nice vacation. That's what we all want. We want to be happy. We want to feel secure in our beings. That's what we want, and that's some of the basic tenets of the Constitution. But what happens is when you're young and you start college, you're told to go to college if you want those good jobs. For the most part, yes, they're only reserved for people with college graduates, but there's really not a whole lot of jobs out there for all the college graduates that we have, because the Democrats believed that everybody can go to college. So what the universities do is they raise the price up, and up. So when you think K through 12 is expensive, let's look at college. It seems out of balance. So $150,000 to get an education, to get out to make $40,000 a year. Really? And then you got so many pop-up fraudulent student loan companies out there, and the government's fully aware of them. They come in there, and every week I'm getting calls from them. I have the same problems as a lot of people with student loans, and it affects everybody. Unless, you know, some parents are well off enough that they can pay for the kids' schooling, and that is great. That's great. They can get right out, get a job, and start living and begin raising a family. But in others, like myself, no, that was not possible. And largely getting onto it is they can raise the interest rates about as high, whatever they want to raise it to. They got to remember, this is federal government, right? This is not state, it's not local, this is federal government. So, you can pay up 14, 15%. Yeah. And my interest rate right now is just right under 6, which is higher than a 30-year mortgage. And then if you allow them to take it out direct deposit, then I think, you get a little, percentage break on that. But the fact that it remains on your credit report, you lose purchase power. That's all there is to it. You're not going to be able to buy those things that you want to buy. I would like to get it off the credit report. I came up with a plan, and I actually have a buddy of mine. It's a Harvard lawyer. He's a patent attorney. His undergraduate was the Air Force Academy. Very brilliant. He patented my idea, and I don't want to give it away, but I've had it checked out with some executives and some people in pretty high places to see how sound it was. They all liked it. And my buddy told me I should probably patent the idea so I don't have another Mark Zuckerberg coming out there still on Facebook or a Bill Gates. But if elected, I'm going to break it out, and it's going to fly, and it's going to work, and it's going to get it off the credit report, but it's not going to cost the taxpayers 1 red cent, nor is it going to cost the federal government 1 red cent. But right now, what I would like to do is, when you put it in forbearance, the interest continues to accumulate on you. That's wrong. I mean, it could be because you're sick. It could be whatever reason. Employers give you maternity leave, so they freeze it. No, you don't have any payments now for 6 months, but that interest is compounding on you. So in other words, you're never going to get out of debt with this. It's an atrocity. So, a lot of people I know didn't go to college already have their homes pretty well paid off. Some haven't paid off, and they're taking vacations that I wish I could take. And I'm a veteran, and I mean, I think to charge veterans interest to go to college is an abomination. And frankly, to sit there and be able to lie to student borrowers and not give them all the information they need is another abomination. It's an atrocity. And the federal government knows this is going on, but yet they're not doing anything about it. They know about all these pop-up student loan companies is going to try to save you, but they can only do what the federal government allows you to do, but yet people are paying fees. So if you owe $100,000, they charge you $1,000. $200,000 is $2,000. And they're making it seem like they're doing all this wonderful things. They're going to be able to get you out of it and do all this. They're not doing anything because you're going to find out that you just wasted a lot of money, and now you're going to have a lot more debt, put on top of what you've already got, and it's going to destroy your credit. The student loans, I don't know how anybody can have good credit anymore. It's killing them, because it's right there on your credit bureau, and it's acts as an installment loan, the same as a home, and the same as a car. We need to get it off of there, and that's one of my plans, is to get it off the credit report, so you have purchase power. And I don't want them to be able, frankly, I don't think we should be charging interest to go to college anyway. Why does the government feel compelled to make money off the backs of college students? It's ridiculous. We're the only country that does that. And I'm not Bernie Sanders saying that we actually have free college, but it should cost $150,000 to get an education degree, become a teacher like me. We should rein that cost in. And if they're going to charge, then it's going to be frozen at 2%, not above 2%. And if something happens, they get sick or whatever the case may be, it is frozen. In other words, that interest is not going to compound on you month after month after month after month. That's where they get you. It's so unfair. And I don't like a lot of the stuff, that I see so many people hurt by that, but yet a lot of politicians are not even discussing it. And they know there's so many of us, 20s, 30s, 40s, that are hurt by it. A lot of people decide not to go to college. I don't blame them. When you can go out and make just much money, if not more, being a plumber, being an electrician, a brick mason, or a mechanic. Well, that's what a lot of my friends do, and they're doing very, very well. Frankly, I'm a little envious, but I chose a different path. But nobody could really see this coming. So, I don't blame me, I don't blame you, but I do blame the federal government. And it's just something that could be taken care of, and it's something I plan on doing. And I know we're getting a lot of traction, and I know you're going to like it, and I'm sure they're going to like it. And I just hope I can bring relief to you and everybody else out there in so many ways. With House Bill 76, the elimination of property taxes, doing something with the student loan burden, and just making it better for all of us. I'm not a wealthy man by any stretch of imagination. I'm just a school teacher. That's all. I'm an 10-year Army veteran. That's all I am. Nothing special. I work every day just like you do. I have the same dreams, aspirations that you do. But I see that a lot of people feel like there's no hope. And I understand that, and I see that. And I'm going to stand up and give them a voice. I'm going to give the voice to the people whose voices are not heard. I want to give them a representative they can be proud of and know they can call on the phone, and they're going to get a return phone call. Not one that's MIA, not one that's just up there just buying time so they can get this big pension plan. That's not the way our government's supposed to work. And that's not what our forefathers wanted either. So I want to thank you. And good news, I've only got one more segment to go, so stay tuned. Thank you very much.